Welcome everyone to the first webinar in our DAAD webinar series 2016. I hope that we will have a few more attendees here in a little bit, so we will slowly ease into today's webinar. And today's webinar is called Afraid of the Dark, Study Optics and Photonics in Germany. But before we start the webinar, the content of the webinar, I would like to answer a few questions that you may have, and that is, yes, we will share these slides with you. We will have 2 PDFs on our website after the webinar with the DAAD content and the content of our guest speaker today. And I also record this webinar, and I will upload the webinar on our YouTube channel, and I will also include that on our website, but I will send a follow-up email afterwards, so you will have that information right away. And yes, of course, you will be able to ask questions right now here during the webinar, but also afterwards. So we will have the contact information available for you in the presentations. If you haven't had the pleasure of doing a webinar before with us, here are a few things to for you to let you know. You are muted right now, but you are able to get in touch with us. You see here maybe on D, that's the question panel, and you can ask us questions throughout the webinar. I will collect those, and at the very end, we will have a Q&A. And you are also able to chat. You're all muted, so you can get in touch with us via the question panel. And if you have trouble with the audio at some point, you can switch between telephone and mic and speakers. So I hope that will answer all of the questions that you may have. But I hope, or I assume you have the question, who am I? So my name is Hani Geist. I'm the DAAD Information Officer in the San Francisco office. So right now it's about 9:15 in the morning. If you're tuning in from other parts of the US or even other parts of the world, it may be evening for you. So good evening to those of you who are in other parts of the world where it's currently in the evening. And it is evening in Germany. So my colleague from the Karlsruhe School of Optics and Photonics, Miriam Sonnenbichler, is in Germany at the moment. And I will give her a few minutes to introduce herself. Miriam, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So, welcome from my side, also here from Germany. It's a mild spring evening, you could say, even though we have February. So, well, I'm the program manager for the master program in Optics and Photonics, your contact person for any questions. And what does it mean to be a program manager? It means like coordinating the whole application process, the study program, organizing excursions to companies, and everything up to the graduation ceremony in the end when we celebrate with our graduates, and coordinating the alumni network. And if you ask yourself what my last name means, because it's a little bit difficult to pronounce it in English, so it's an old Bavarian name called Sonnenbichler. And it means like those who live on the sunny hill, and we have a lot of these hills here in the southern part of Germany.
All right, great. Thank you, Miriam. We will hear from you in a little bit, and while you explain your name, and it has a meaning for you who don't know German, my last name also has a meaning, and it means ghost. So there are a few meaningful names for you today. But while you're tuned in, you, of course, would like to know more about DAAD and the Karlsruhe School of Optics and Photonics. So our today's agenda is I will talk to you a little bit about DAAD, what we do, and also the scholarships and grants that we offer, specifically the ones that you may want to apply to if you're going for a master's or a PhD in Karlsruhe. And then I will hand over the microphone to Miriam, and she will give you an overview of the university, and then specifically the School of Optics and Photonics. And then we will have a Q&A where we get all your questions answered. So what is DAAD? DAAD is simply put the higher education arm of the German government. We're an independent association of German universities, and we provide scholarships and grants. Important to note is that it's for all academics and it's all stages and all disciplines. We also provide information counseling about studying and research in Germany. So if you have general questions, I'm always there for you to answer those. And DAAD also supports an internationalization of German universities. And you may ask yourself, are those DAAD scholarships and grants available to you even though you may not speak German? And the answer is yes. So really you only need to know as much German as you would need for your research and your studies in Germany. And here we have another map of the world with DAAD offices and information centers. And for those of you tuning in from the US, we have the office here in San Francisco and the office in New York, and all of the scholarships and grants application are administered in our New York office. And I saw that there are a few of you registered from other countries in the world. So we do have offices in India. I saw there were a few attendees from India, so you can also get in touch with an office there. All right, so the big question is, why study in Germany? You tuned in, so I hope you know a little bit about Germany and why you want to study there, but I would also like to give you a few more other reasons. So the biggest reason, of course, is that there is a high quality of education and you don't have to pay tuition fees at all or very little, and Miriam will talk about that in her presentation specifically for the school for the university in Karlsruhe. But generally speaking, Germany is very cost efficient. You don't have to spend a lot to live in Germany, to study in Germany. There are great career opportunities afterwards, and you may not know that, but if you get a degree from a German university, you are allowed to stay in Germany for up to 18 months to find a job, and that's a lot of time. If you've ever looked for a job, that really gives you the opportunity to apply and find a job in Germany. And then, of course, there's a great social life, and it is also, and that is, of course, important for you if you have never studied abroad. Maybe your family is concerned about your safety, and I can assure you that Germany is a very safe country overall. Now, what are the DAAD scholarships? Generally speaking, we fund study abroad, we fund internships, senior thesis research, but also intensive language courses. And that's either monthly stipend or lump sum, and it's open to students in all fields. I mentioned that before, and the previous knowledge of German is not required, but it is, of course, advantages. If you know some German, you may not know it for the degree program, but it is very it is an advantage for you if you want to find an apartment in the city, if you want to, of course, do some groceries, if you want to meet friends in Germany. Of course, a lot of them speak German, but it is definitely an advantage. And Miriam, I'm sure will maybe touch on that a little bit in her presentation. It is definitely an advantage if you know a little bit of German. So the DAAD scholarships will also provide health insurance and some travel reimbursements. And for some scholarships, we also have an all grantees meeting for you. So if you are a bachelor's student currently and you're looking for a master's degree in Germany, DAAD offers a scholarship that will support either 1 or 2 full years of study in Germany to get a master's degree. So you can either apply as a bachelor's student in your senior year, and then after you graduate from your bachelor's, start right away and get your master's in Germany and get the full 2 years funded. Or you get a master's in the US and then only do 1 year in Germany. But you can also, if you, for example, decide later on that you want to also apply for a scholarship or you missed the deadline, you can start a master's master's program in Germany and then apply for your second year for your master's. You will get a 750 euro stipend and health insurance and some travel stipend. There are about 60 scholarships awarded annually, and the next deadline for that is November 16, and that is, of course, quite a while, about 10 months, but it takes a little bit to prepare. You have to put together a study proposal, you have to have recommendation letters, and so this is something that you should work on several months in advance. So if you start working on that now, even though the portal isn't available, you can go on our website and find out what documents you need, and that will prepare you for a really good and very strong and competitive application, because there are only 60 awarded annually. Now, for those of you that are currently working on your master's degree and you're interested in a PhD, DAAD also offers a research grant for you to get a PhD in Germany. So if you're interested in that, you can apply for a full funding 3-year grant to get your PhD in Germany. But also if you're interested in getting a PhD here in the US and you want to work in Germany and continue your studies there, that is also possible. You find more information on our website. Again, the deadline for this is as well in November 2016. So it's a good idea to start looking into all the documents that you need and start working on that, even though the application portal isn't available yet. So they open about 2 months prior to the deadline, so you want to start actually applying in September. Now, you can find out about all the other scholarships and grants and intensive language courses, for example, on our daad.org website, and you can find more on the scholarships and grants tab, and then we have always the latest news and scholarship grants information on our Facebook page, DAAD North America. We also have a Twitter account, DAAD New York, and you can subscribe to our DAAD newsletter that you will receive weekly, and you will get updates not only on our DAAD scholarships and grants and info sessions, but also on other scholarships and grants. And now, before we go into the question section, the Q&A section, I would like to hand over the microphone to Miriam so you can learn more about the university in Karlsruhe, the Karlsruhe School of Optics and Photonics.
Yes, thank you, Hani, for the great introduction. And I would like to talk about the Karlsruhe School of Optics and Photonics. Our title today is Afraid of the Dark, so come here to Germany and study optics and photonics to bring some light into this issue. Before I go to talk about the study program, I would like to give you a short impression where Karlsruhe and the whole school is located. So you see here the world map and the huge continents, and Europe is quite tiny in comparison to US, Canada, or Asia. So we see the red circle here around Germany, and if you go a little bit closer, you see that Karlsruhe is quite in the middle, in the heart of Europe. And we always call it, it's a hub to Europe. Yes, you are very close to the capital cities of France. So you're within 3 hours by train. You're in Paris. You're in London in 1.5 hours by plane, or in Berlin, our capital city here in Germany, as well as in Rome and Madrid, Barcelona, and Spain. So if you want to have a European experience, it's good to come to Germany and to use it as a hub, you could say. So to give you some impressions and pictures of cultural sites and how beautiful Europe is, you see here the main site of Berlin, the capital city. It's the Brandenburger Tor. Well, the Tower of Eiffel, I think everybody knows, in Paris, which is quite close to Karlsruhe. The next picture shows a beautiful castle in Karlsruhe, and the campus of the Karlsruhe School of Optics and Photonics is really closely located to that. And you will have the chance to visit old cities, see great landscape, castles, and everything, but also technology. We are the country of great car builders like BMW, and also you can see here a telescope built by Carl Zeiss in Germany, and this telescope is currently used in the Griffith Observatory in Los Angeles in California, and you see it's great technology from Germany and innovation. So now let's come to the campus, to the location of the Karlsruhe School of Optics and Photonics and also the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. You see here the castle, which you have seen in the other picture from the front, and this is in the very center of the city. And here on this line above, you can see the buildings of the campus. So the campus is really located within the heart of the city. It's very green and very nice, and so my office is also like with a view to the castle. And I think you will really enjoy this site whenever you come to Karlsruhe, when you study here. So now, after these impressions, I would like to switch to introduce you to the KIT, the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, give you some numbers. We have around 24,000 students here right now, 360 professors, and over 9,000 employees, from which the biggest part is working in research, so around 6,000 researchers in a lot of different faculties. The most important faculties for KSOP, for the Karlsruhe School of Optics and Photonics, are physics, chemistry and life sciences, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. And we are cooperating with a whole bunch of institutes ranging from applied physics, nanotechnology, up to photonics and quantum electronics, or the Light Technology Institute, for example. So from all these institutes and faculties, you can choose lectures if you study here. Then I would like to talk about TU9 universities. So Karlsruhe, the KIT belongs to the German TU9 universities. They are very excellent technical universities leading in engineering and natural sciences. And as Hani already said, you will receive a very high standard of education and excellent job perspectives if you achieve a degree of one of these universities, and KIT belongs to that. We are ranked worldwide very well. So you see the place number 47 out of nearly the 400 universities in the field of engineering and technology, as well as in natural sciences. KIT can secure high rankings. Also in the Times Higher Education ranking of this year, KIT is among the best universities worldwide. So if you ask yourself, who has graduated from KIT? Are there any important people known worldwide? So I can tell you about Dietmar Hopp, who's one of the co-founders of the SAP company, which is quite close to Karlsruhe. Then there's Emil Skoda, after whom the car brand Skoda was named, and also Carl Benz. Most of you, I think, know Daimler-Benz, Mercedes, the great car builder here from the southern part of Germany. So Carl Benz studied mechanical engineering here at KIT before he founded his company. Now I would like to come to the Karlsruhe School of Optics and Photonics. It's part of the KIT as an international graduate school. It was founded 10 years ago. We have a great anniversary, 10 years anniversary this year. And it was founded within the German Excellence Initiative. And the status was confirmed in 2012 by the German Research Foundation. So as I told you, we cooperate with 16 KIT institutes and also external partners. And around 100 PhD candidates do their research at the moment within the so-called KSOP. And we have a lot of alumni already within these years, and 130 master students are studying here currently. What's the mission and vision of the KSOP? So we want to educate really excellent international alumni, graduates. So we focus on a multidisciplinary training concept as we cooperate with the different faculties, and therefore also excellent research is possible, because we believe that if the physics people talk to the engineering people, then innovation is possible, and this will be the way to the future innovative products. So, and we're really an international school. We're internationally visible in research and training, and we're closely cooperating with industry. What this means, I will come to that later. Before that, I would like to show you the research structure of KSOP. So we have 5 research areas, and starting with photonic materials and devices. So this relates to metamaterials and telecommunication devices, nanoparticles. Then we have advanced spectroscopy. Then in research area 3, biomedical photonics. You will find optical biosensing, for example. Then research area 4, optical systems. This is more the engineering research area. They are doing research on autonomous vehicles, communications, optical communications, lab-on-a-chip systems. And last but not least, solar energy, where we do research in thin film photovoltaics on solar cells and light management. So here you can see some pictures of our research outcomes as the autonomous driving vehicle, which you can see here, and lab-on-a-chip systems, and also flexible photovoltaic modules based on organic semiconductors. All these research outcomes were fostered by PhD students and professors from the KSOP. Now I come to the master program. The Master in Optics and Photonics is a 2-year course, and we take around 40 students per intake. So it's a small study group, and it's very international, as you can see here in the picture of our module manual. These are all students from KSOP, and currently over 30 nationalities are studying together. The course is completely taught in English, so it's really an advantage for international students, as you don't need to do an intensive German course beforehand. You can just start straight away with your English knowledge and start studying here in Germany. Then we don't take any tuition fees, just a semester contribution fee of I think like 130 euros. Which is not much, so the studies here in Germany are really affordable. In addition to that, we offer scholarships, which I will tell you more a little bit later. You can start every winter term, so lectures start here in October, and most people ask me, like, am I eligible for this program? So what are the prerequisites? You need to have a bachelor degree in natural or engineering sciences, so starting from physics or chemistry, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, you can apply. Also with mathematics, there it's important that you have a minor in physics, and in computer science you need to have a minor in mathematics, as well as biology, biotechnology, biomedical engineering, also nanotechnology. All these different degree programs are possible, and but all candidates need a really solid background in mathematics and also in physics, so you should be aware of that before you apply. This is the structure of the study program. When you get admission here, you will study for 4 semesters, starting with the introduction into the basics of optics and photonics in the first semester. Then in the second semester, you will learn about the core subjects, followed by an internship, which you can also accomplish between the third and fourth semester. So there are 2 time slots you can choose. And then in the third semester, you will specialize in one of the research areas I explained to you beforehand. Then you will write your master thesis for half a year, and you can do that either at KIT or in another university or research institution, either in Germany or abroad. Or also, what is very interesting for our future graduates, you can write it in industry, which gives you kind of entry card into the company, because if you do a really good job there in the master thesis, then the chances are really great to receive a job offer from them. And then the best way would be to finish the master program with already a working contract in your pocket. So in the end, when you complete all the 4 semesters, you will receive 120 credits and the Master of Science in Optics and Photonics. Yeah, you can apply already now until April 30. The deadline is quite early for German universities, and the reason behind that is that our international applicants, they need more time to arrange the visa process, to find accommodation and all this stuff. So that's why we have chosen this early deadline, although the program starts in October. So our experience says it's a good deadline, as it gives enough time to all the international applicants. So as I already announced, we also have scholarships, and we closely cooperate with industry. You can see our 10 partner companies here on the right-hand side, starting from Agilent Technologies, Carl Zeiss, Polytech, Osram. These are international corporations, and they support our students with scholarships. And as an international student, you can receive up to 800 euros for a maximum duration of 2 years, so 800 euros monthly. And you can already apply for the scholarship while you apply for the study program. And as soon as you get admission, it will be decided if you receive the scholarship or not. Also, we have an industry internship program. That means that these partner companies offer internships but also master thesis projects every year, and you apply for these internships also directly to the companies. In addition to the regular KSOP master program, there's a so-called Erasmus Mundus Europhotonics master program. It's a long name for a great program. It's also 2 years of studies in optics and photonics, and you see these beautiful pictures over here. So you will start your first semester in Marseille in France, in the southern part of France, next to the Mediterranean Sea. Then you come in the second semester to Karlsruhe in Germany, and then in the third semester you can choose if you want to stay in Karlsruhe, go to Marseille, or go to Barcelona in Spain. And so you will study at 3 different excellent universities, and you can gain up to 3 master degrees if you fulfill the requirements of every university where you study. Also, the same industry internship program is included into this study program. And the European Union gives Erasmus Mundus scholarships for mostly like all of the participants in this program. Usually we have around 20 students per intake, this Erasmus Mundus Europhotonics program. And it starts also every winter term in October. What is important is that the application deadline is a little bit earlier than the regular one in KSOP, so please pay attention to that. It's until the 1st of March this year. And they have a special website called Europhotonics.org, and there you can find all the information about the application process. So if you have completed the KSOP master program, or you already have a master degree right now, what's next? You could, if you still want to stay in academia and do some more research to deepen your knowledge before you head into an industry career, so you can apply for the KSOP PhD program, which is 3 years. And they also offer we also offer scholarships for that. And the working language is also English, like the studying language in KSOP is English. And you can choose a project within one of the KSOP institutes. What is special about this PhD program is that you not only do your research like every PhD candidate, but you will receive additional mentoring, which means that you will be assigned to a postdoc in another field of studies, and they will give you coaching within those 3 years. So they will help you to fulfill your milestones and be helpful in any questions that you might have. And in addition to that, we offer courses in management or technical knowledge, also in key competences and scientific modules, and also networking events. So you will really enhance your network in Germany, but also internationally. One very special program is the so-called MBA Fundamentals program. So most PhD candidates ask themselves, why should I have management knowledge? Yeah, because I want to do research and I don't want to be a CEO. Yeah, so our experience says that our graduates who learned a little bit about management and about project management and how to lead people, they are more successful. When they apply to companies, the companies really appreciate that they have taken some additional courses, and the MBA Fundamentals program gives them like basic knowledge in management. So if you want to be an international project leader, this would be something for you. To give you a short glance at the offers, so management modules include, for example, entrepreneurship, which means if you want to found your own company, startup company, this would be something for you. You learn about business strategies, then you can acquire more technical knowledge, which enhances your work on your PhD project, for example, in nanotechnology or in laser lab work. As well as, work on your key competences, your personal key competences. How do I do scientific presentations on conferences? How do I write papers and present posters? And last but not least, you will have the chance to visit summer schools, conferences, symposia worldwide. And there's also a travel budget for that for each PhD student. So after I've talked about all these programs, perhaps you ask yourself, okay, if I graduate from KSOP, so what would be my career perspective? KSOP educates people for a career in academia or in industry. Our experience is that a lot of people who graduate from the master program, they stay either at KIT or in another research institution. To do their PhD. But in the end, most of the people will go to industry because not everybody can become a professor, as there are not so many positions for professors worldwide. So a lot of them do like postdocs, are working as postdocs in academia for a while, but in the end, they will look for jobs in companies. They will work in the application development as application development engineers or optical designers, international project managers in the research and development department, as well as in software development or system architects. And you can also find our graduates working in quality departments and as product managers, or if they're really interested to travel a lot and to see a lot of different applications and customers, they are really good in technical sales and also in service engineers, where they travel around the world and sell the products. Yeah, besides studying, international students always need to have a good support to find their way to Germany, to find a good accommodation, and yeah, just to ease their start in the new environment. And this beautiful evening picture here shows you one of the student dorms in Karlsruhe, which is located at the international department. So this is also where my office is, and I'm sitting right now. And yeah, we offer a whole bunch of activities and support for our students, yeah, starting with the campus accommodation, where you have rooms and apartments, so you can also share accommodation. We help you during the visa process, and when you arrive here in Germany, we help you to open a bank account and talk about the health insurance and everything. So we organize excursions to the companies, and in the picture in the middle, where you can see our happy students from last week, where they visited the company's Sensor Intelligence, located in the beautiful part of the Black Forest here in southern Germany. And also, yeah, part of this company cooperation is that we offer application workshops. So it means when you come from another country to Germany, then you need to learn how does the HR manager want an application to look like. So how does a German CV have to look like when you apply? What documents are needed? How do you behave in the interview? What are the do's and don'ts? So this is all trained in the application workshops offered by KSOP office. And also we offer an intercultural training where all the students from the different backgrounds, they learn to work together, to understand the different cultures, and yeah, we organize get-togethers so that people really get to know each other better and get along well with each other. Part of our active student life here in Karlsruhe is the student chapter of the Optical Society of America and the International Society for Optics and Photonics. They call themselves optics students, or in short, OSCAR, and also support new students in everything what they need. They have networking events, they invite traveling lecturers, they offer excursions, and they have a lot of fun together. And they have their own website, optics-karlsruhe.com. So .de, I can't see it here, and .de, and you can contact them also for any questions. Now, well, I talked a lot about studying, researching, finances, and all this stuff. So what about life in Karlsruhe in Germany? For sure, we have a lot of leisure time activities, and you can enjoy the German culture. And besides traveling around Europe, we have festivals here. You can enjoy the famous German pretzels and sausages, which are typical for the southern part of Germany. And in the winter time, you can go skiing in the nearby Alps in France, Switzerland, or Austria. So this is what our students enjoy, climbing in the Black Forest, going hiking, and a lot of different events. And to sum it all up, why KSOP? Our students and alumni, they say they find it great that the programs are taught in English, that they found excellent research opportunities here, that the studies are affordable because we don't have tuition fees, and we offer scholarships. Then they are really happy about the strong link to the German industry with the internship program and the excursions. They like the international environment and the interdisciplinary approach of the master and PhD programs. They love the teaching of our professors, and especially the labs, the lab work in the institutes, and the internship program. And in the end, I hope that all people who apply to KSOP and who are admitted will be successful and graduate and celebrate like our graduates from last year, like you can see in the picture. So I would be happy if you apply now for your European experience and the excellent education in optics and photonics. And I would be happy if we could keep in touch. Just go on Facebook. We have our own Facebook page for the Karlsruhe School of Optics and Photonics. There's also an own YouTube channel where you can watch statements of our students, of our alumni, and also professors and postdocs. And yeah, it would be great to hear from you. And if you have any questions, I'm here for that now.
Okay, thank you very much, Miriam, for this wonderful presentation. I definitely have a great overview of the university now, and I'm sure our listeners have that as well. I'm going to switch to my presentation again, and you will have Miriam's contact information as well. Give me just 1 second. There we go. So you have Miriam's contact information here, but also my contact information. For any questions, you can ask us right now. So are there any questions at the moment? If there are not, then I will start with some questions. You may have mentioned that, but I just wanted to clarify. So you mentioned that there are all of the classes that are offered, the programs, they're in English. But is there any opportunity for the students to learn German at the university? Are there any German classes for the students so that if they are interested in studying in Germany, that they also practice their German?
Yeah, right. So there are German classes. We offer classes for beginners from the first semester on. Also for students who have already German knowledge, they're higher level of, how to say, higher class levels, yeah, like A1, A2, B1, C1, everything's offered at KIT and also here from KSOP. And if students want to take German classes, they can also get credits for the master program.
Okay. Is it possible also to get certificates at your university, or would they have to go somewhere else if they wanted to do something afterwards where they need to prove that they've mastered a certain level?
So you mean the DSH certificate, or
something like that, or something that
yes,
they, for example, if they pass the A1 class or the B1 class, so that they have a certificate that if they have their CV, that they can also say that they've passed that test.
Yes, this is possible also.
Okay, great, thank you. And then, so I have another question. So students, when they apply, a lot of times here in the US for most degrees, they need to have a GRE test or other kind of tests. Are there any test results required for the application for the KSOP, or is that not a requirement?
This is not a requirement, as it is not very common in Germany to apply or to accomplish these tests. Well, for sure you need a certificate about your English knowledge, because if the English is not good enough, then it's hard to follow the lectures. So if you don't come from English mother tongue, then it's important that you prove your English proficiency.
Okay. So, would you summarize for our audience again what the documents are that they need to submit, for example, when they want to start a master's or PhD program? If maybe they are the same, are there any differences in the application process?
Okay, so for the master program, it's important to apply with the current transcript of grades from the bachelor studies. If you don't have finished the bachelor studies yet, it's not a problem. So you need to show your final degree certificate when you enroll here at KIT. So you have to have, well, the transcript of records. Then we need a certificate about your English knowledge. Then you should write a motivation letter why you want to study in KSOP. We need 2 recommendation letters of professors of your current university. And yeah, if you have done, for example, an internship already, or you have work experience or additional language knowledge, whatever, it would be good to add that also into your CV, which is compulsory to send to us. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Those were all the questions that I came up with. Are there any questions from the audience? This is your chance to ask Miriam all your questions. Of course, you can get in touch with her later on, but now will be your chance to ask her the question and get a response right away. Are there any questions? I don't see any right now. Is there anything that you, Miriam, you would like to add to your presentation?
Let me think. So I think what I already said is that it's good to have a look on the YouTube channel, YouTube channel, as you can see the student voices, yeah, from people all over the world to get an impression what they liked most about the program, which lectures, which labs, what was their experience when they first came to Germany, just to get an impression how life in Karlsruhe would be and studying would be. I think this is really helpful also to answer your questions. And also, we have an ambassador program, which means that graduates from KSOP who are working like worldwide can be contacted via email and asked for hints for the application, or if you have any questions about KSOP and what their experience was. So they're really happy to help you. And you can see, for example, if you come from India, we have some Indian graduates, and you can approach also the people from your own regional background. And I think this is quite helpful, and that's what also our alumni said, that it's always good to use this network, which is already there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great, thank you. So I do have a question now. When are the applications starting? So basically, you mentioned that for one program, the deadline is already, the Erasmus Mundus, I believe it was, is already in March. So is there, for the other programs, is there any starting date when you accept applications, or is that basically year-round up to that point when you have the application deadline?
So, right, for the Erasmus Mundus, it's earlier, it's in March, and you can already upload your documents now. And for the regular KSOP master program, you can apply from January on. So, but I think it's important to include the most recent documents. So if you already apply in January and you're still studying, then perhaps you will have some more exams until the deadline ends. And it's good to update your documents then as soon as you have new grades, so that the professors who will select the candidates, that they see the current status of your studies. And also, sorry, for the PhD program, there is no deadline. You can apply the whole year round, and you have to check the website of the institutes and see which open positions they have, and then as soon as you see open positions, you can apply.
Okay, thank you. And so the applications are all online, or is there also a process where they have to send physical copies to the Karlsruhe office?
Mm. There are two different ways to apply. So the Europhotonics program, everything is done online. As it is a special program of 3 different universities. So, and the application for the KSOP directly has to fill out online, and then you have to print the application form and send it together with your documents to KIT.
Okay, so this is something that students from the US, for example, have to keep in mind for the
Right,
deadline that those documents need to be um, submitted by the deadline, and if they have to send it, then it may take a little while.
right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Any more questions from our audience? If there are no questions, I would like to thank Miriam very much. Thank you for joining us today and introducing the Karlsruhe School of Optics and Photonics. For those of you who don't have questions at the moment, as I mentioned earlier, I will upload this presentation and the recording of the presentation later today, and then you can download the presentation, and then you also have the contact information. So if you have any questions later on, please do not hesitate to contact us later on. Any last words you would like to share with our audience, Miriam?
Well, I would be happy to see your applications and yeah, to consult you in your future career.
Great. Thank you very much, Miriam. You have a wonderful evening. For
Thank
those
you.
of you that are here in the US, you have a wonderful day. And I hope to see you next time for an upcoming webinar in our DAAD webinar series. There are no webinars planned yet, but stay in touch via Twitter and Facebook. We will update you on any upcoming webinars. Thank you and have a good day. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.